It is sponsored by Kaulig Companies Championship. See your favorite golf legends playing the Kaulig Companies Championship July 12th through July 16th at the famous Firestone Country Club. It is fun, family-friendly events all week long, featuring a new fan zone experience, free attendance for kids, and concerts every night. There is something for everyone. Learn more at CauligGolf.com. Before we bring Matt on, before we bring Jay on, we're going to wait for Matt to get here. As he gets hooked up, there's Kimmy walking in. So, Steve, let's play a package. Let's play the Best Take of the Year award presented by our friend, Curtis Danberg.
Oh, nice. Curtis Danberg here from the Cleveland Guardians, and I'm giving away the Best Take of the Year award. The nominees are, number 1, G. Bush predicting the exact amount of Cleveland Guardians wins in 2022. 92 to be exact, of course, my personal favorite. Number 2, bold reassuring Browns fans on why it's okay to be excited of them acquiring Deshaun Watson.
Even if you want to say Deshaun Watson's a bad guy, but don't apologize for being excited for him being on the team. And yeah, you're a hypocrite like we all are, because we were ripping Roethlisberger and ripping the Steelers. And just admit you're a hypocrite, but admit something else. All these other fan bases around the country for these teams that have scrub quarterbacks like Carolina or all these other teams that were trying to get Deshaun Watson, their fans are going to pretend they dodged a bullet. They're going to say, oh, he's a bad guy. I wouldn't want him on my team. They're all full of crap. They'd all want him on their team.
And number 3, G. Bush goes viral for a sobering rant on Damar Hamlin.
He's 24 years old, right? He got a contract for $160,000. That's his bonus. And he earns $825,000 this year. You say, G. Bush, why are you talking about this man's money? Because guess what? He's been in the league 2 years. That means he's not vested. That means if he never plays another down in his life, he don't get another check for the NFL. Let's be clear about this. You got to play 3 to 4 years before you even sniff a pension. So all this heartwarming and prayers and condolences don't do nothing for that boy's mom that got to go home, look at her son, and he might need extensive care for the rest of his life. And you know what the NFL will tell you? Well, we'll look out for the people like him. No, you won't.
Drum roll, please. The winner is G. Bush goes viral for his Damar Hamlin rant. Congratulations on your first-year anniversary, Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. We appreciate the support and look forward to seeing you here at the ballpark soon. Go Guards!
What else is new?
Good job, Curtis.
We appreciate that.
And good job to G.
G. Bush on going viral. That was the award winner.
Well, thank you so much. I want to thank the Academy. I want to thank my mom. And I want to thank Paxton the Panda.
And Matt Kaulig.
And Matt Kaulig.
Sponsor of the show.
Before we complete the transition to Matt, we got, DeMar's cleared.
And
he will play football again.
And he put $10 million up to his foundation.
Did you see he was on vacation with the Bengals wide receivers? Did you see that?
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yes.
$10 million?
Yes.
To his foundation.
That's incredible.
Well,
awesome. The GoFundMe, he had a small foundation where he was
just blew
to
up.
buy toys for underprivileged kids. And the second he was hit on the field,
nobody had ever heard of him before.
Nobody even knew this was a GoFundMe or a thing. And then all of a sudden it just blew up.
Yeah.
And there were millions of dollars coming into that thing. It shows how much Americans care about football and how much they were worried about his well-being.
And they're still good in this world, damn it.
Yes. Well, don't let anybody else tell you any differently.
They're still
I'm
good
sitting
in this
next
world.
to you like a shining example of good in this world.
This man has so many companies, he just reached in the hat and picked another one to put the sponsor.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about this. Can we get to this?
Let's go to this one now.
Yeah, listen.
Tell us about that.
Yesterday, he writes a huge check, just because you're not going to talk about it, I will. 2 underprivileged mothers. We do every year.
Yeah, for Mother's Day.
Channel 3, The Guardians, and Kaulig Giving. We picked 2 mothers through Providence House, which, by the way, if you don't know what Providence House is, Google it. And if you're looking to volunteer for an organization, they would love to have your help. It's an unbelievable organization, the work they do for the families, homeless children, mothers of homeless children. And Matt writes a nice check so they can go on this incredible shopping spree. I went yesterday with the 2 moms. They're like, I don't know what to do with all this money.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They've never had an opportunity. They've always said, they both said, when we go to the store, we buy things that we need for survival. This allows me to buy things that we want.
Well, and it was Shane Bieber that came up. I mean, that's his.
Shane Bieber helped. You wrote a check.
Yeah. We did it last year, and now WKYC's gotten involved. And
one of the 10,000 things that Kaulig Giving does on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And most of it, we don't even, it's not publicized. Matt doesn't talk about it. Sometimes I twist his arm and say, Matt, we got to get word out this. because the story, the feature is power of inspiration, and the whole idea is we want to empower others that are watching these pieces to see how good it feels to do something for other people, and it's worked. It really
Well, that's
has.
the whole thing with our Kaulig companies and Kaulig giving and our charitable contributions is that we teach other people how to give.
Yes.
Everybody wants to give, you just don't know how. It's like, hey, do you want to give to charity? How do I get involved? Last year, so there's a day of giving, I think sometime in November. It's like the International Day of Giving, like they have international everything. But you know, we have all of our employees give $1,000. So I give $1,000 to all of our employees that they give to their organization.
Of their choice.
Yeah, of their choice. And you would be shocked of how many people don't even know how to do that. They're like, all right, they're asking for what a 501c3 is. You know, we have to have our 501c3 number in order to give money to them. We need their number. And so it's really cool. That's been the coolest part of Kaulig giving, is to be able to teach other people how to give.
And we've talked about this before. What the really cool thing is, that's the spark. The fire becomes when all of those employees get that warm glow from giving. Now they're giving not just Matt's money, but they're giving their own money, and they're giving to other causes and other. That's the power of inspiration.
Yeah.
And it spreads like wildfire. And so, and you don't have to be wealthy. You don't have to write a check. I was talking to the woman from the Providence House yesterday, and I asked her, what's the number one question you're asked? And she said, people always think that when I come up to them and tell them what we're doing, that they're going to ask, I'm going to eventually ask them to write a check. I'm not. This is when I knew she was so committed. She said, here's what I'm asking everybody to do, and everybody can do this because it's easy and it's free. When you see a family in despair, a mother that has kids sleeping in the back seat of their car, she's in a despair situation where she's been abused, tell them about Providence House, because they knock down all the barriers. One of the mothers we met 9 months ago was the victim of a horrible domestic attack, and she had 4 children, all homeless, didn't know where to go, found the Providence House. She's going to graduate from nursing school very shortly, at the end of this month.
That's beautiful.
She is ready to embark on a career in the medicine field. Her kids now are completely, you know, they've adjusted to this new life. And that's all a testament to Providence House. That's one of 650 stories in Cuyahoga County alone last year. So if you see somebody that could use a helping hand, tell them about Providence House. And you're helping. You're doing it. And Matt's been a big runway for a lot of other people to get involved. Enough about that. How's the race team?
Dude, the race team's awesome. I mean, we go fast every week.
Did your guy get in a fight this weekend? I saw there was a fist fight at the NASCAR race.
Did not get in a fight.
Damn, I was hoping it was your
But
guy.
I'm all for that. Like, right? Don't you want your guys? Sometimes you say, all right, if we're not going to win,
Yeah, throw a blow.
$10,000 for every punch landed.
say you guarantee your
I
sponsors.
think it's good. It is good. How do you decide what sports you get involved with?
I like all sports, actually. I don't think there's a decision. It's just like when opportunities, you know, arise. Just like the Guardians,
Right.
you know, last year, a couple of years ago. I mean, that opportunity just, you know, arose. They needed to sell, you know, part of the team, and we were just happened to be part of a group, and we were just, you know, they said, "Do you guys want to be involved?" And so we did. I had the opportunity to actually be involved in the like the whole thing that's going on with the Washington Commanders.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, they asked, you know, do you want to be involved? And
No,
so
you
I
want to own
passed
the
on
Browns.
that. Yeah.
Why'd you pass on it?
Well, one, it's a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money. Those guys are selling that thing for like $6 billion.
Yeah, it went for 6 point something
When
billion.
a rich guy
So it's
says
like,
it's a lot of money.
yeah, you have money, but I mean, come on.
But the real reason
and
you
it's
didn't buy it,
and it's over there. I mean, it's in Washington.
Yeah, right.
There's a whole difference.
you can't own the Commanders and the Browns.
Yeah, and wouldn't want to, and yeah.
Say you didn't ask him the right question. You didn't ask him. The question is,
Oh, he's been dying to ask you this.
first of all, question is, first of all, I got 2. Do you literally find you could get fired from wrecking the car, the racing car?
You can get fired. Yeah, you could get fired.
If you, I thought that was part of the game.
Well, but
Wreck
the
it?
game is to
No,
keep the
it's-
car clean.
Yeah, that's,
It's not supposed to.
I could go driving and wreck it.
Yeah, like I
you gotta
have.
keep them clean. Yeah, you got to. It costs a lot of money. So
How
no, we
much?
were-
For one weekend, how much does it cost to prepare one
Well,
car?
I'll tell you. A couple weeks ago at Talladega, we lost 4 of our 5 cars.
Oh.
All right, go ahead and talk that.
Oh,
Go
my
ahead.
God.
So you lose 4 or 5. Like, I mean, we're talking several $100,000.
Oh my God.
No, it's a car. It's
Per
a,
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Per car.
Yeah. No, not several
Total,
$100,000
total.
per
Yeah,
car. Yeah, total.
Wow.
I don't know how much.
That hurts your heart.
I don't know how much it is. I mean, you're talking $50,000 to $100,000.
hurts your
Cup
soul.
cars are different than Xfinity cars.
Right.
So the Cup cars are way more expensive than the Xfinity cars. So we lost a Cup car and
3 Xfinities.
and 3 Xfinity cars.
That's a price
So that's a
tag.
tough day.
So the second part of the question is this. You talk about, why did you choose to get in this, that, and the
Yeah.
third? See, what you guys don't know, he was really one of the first people to stand behind the show. When sometimes when you don't have that stamp in the industry, people look at you and say, well, if that guy ain't doing it, well, why should we?
Yeah.
And he was one of the first people to say, I'll stand by what this thing is over here.
Yeah.
What made you do that?
Because I love you guys. You guys asked me to do it, and there's a sports show in Cleveland that you guys are getting behind, and so just wanted to be involved. I love all sport, and you asked me a question before. What sports how do I choose what I get involved in? And again, it's the opportunity. I love the Cavs. For the first time this year, had floor seats at the Cavs game. Went to most of the Cavs games.
Yeah.
That's a great seat, isn't it?
Love it. Love the Cavs.
unbelievable.
So obviously behind the Guardians, love the Browns. So just all the Northeast Ohio sports team, and now, and I know we're going to talk about it, but the Kaulig Company Championship and PGA. So at Firestone, when the opportunity came up to get involved in golf and really try to put our muscle behind, the PGA and a great PGA golf event here
guys
in
are
Northeast
sports
Ohio.
fans.
Right?
You guys are huge sports fans.
Yeah.
Can we use them as a think tank for a second for an idea that I threw out yesterday? Because they're trying to grow the tournament over at Firestone.
Yep.
So here was my idea, talking to some of your folks yesterday.
I can't wait to hear
We
it.
got to get this, and they'll give you their honest thoughts about whether or not this would work, and then maybe we take it to the guy that writes the check, and maybe this can happen, maybe not.
Yeah.
But when I think of golf, big events, must see. I used to think Masters. I used to think the majors. I don't anymore.
Right.
It's Waste Management in Phoenix.
Yes.
Why? Because they took a concept of stadium golf and they built an entire group of stands, stands around one of the greens. And it's stadium style golf. So instead of you walk the course, and there's still people walking the other 17 holes.
Yeah.
But if you have one hole that's the epicenter of fun, as I like to call it, when someone hits a hole in one there, it's very rare. But when it happens, my favorite thing in the world is everybody holding a beer throws it onto the green.
Yep.
You were there this year, weren't you?
Yeah, well, it was
Or
there last year. Yeah.
Okay. So I think it would be cool to pick a hole.
But I'm not going to throw my beer.
No, we can't have beer
wanna
throwing.
drink my beer.
By the way, this is the older golfers. This is the Champions Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think it would be really cool if you picked a marquee hole, preferably a par 3 so you can see all the action from your seat. Stadium build out the course so you can fit 5,000 fans. I don't even know what Waste Management has. I'm not sure.
Yes, dude, you haven't.
But make it an event. Make it so people see that on TV. And it won't happen after year 1. It didn't at Waste Management. But make it so it's a thing. Oh, God, I got to get tickets to the Champions Tour, and I got to be on the stadium green.
Yes.
I've got to be there. And I think that's the way you make an event. Yes? No?
That was
Wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you need something to stand out.
I like
Sure,
that.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Can we get a windmill on there? Hit it in the
On the
cloud's
putting
mouth?
green. On the putting
Yeah.
green.
No, it's all in play.
Yeah.
Do you think that, Jay?
I don't mind it. I want to hear more, but yeah, I think
You're
that
the
could
biggest
work.
golf guy of the
Yeah.
three of us.
Oh, he's the biggest golfer.
Well, of
oh,
the three of
you
us.
guys, the bigger.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a pretty low bar you're setting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys aren't huge golfers. I am. And I used to, when I first saw
No, but isn't it, so even what you're saying is with the Waste Management, I don't think it's something you can just create. Like everybody was
gotta
just
have
create
organic.
Organic.
We just
Like,
talked
talked
about
about
that.
like the Masters.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that
every
happened
golf
over
tournament-
150 years
Well,
or
that's what I'm
whatever.
saying.
You
Yeah.
know, what you're trying to do here is put this event on the map and get people in Northeast Ohio to go.
That's right.
And I think that history has proven that the tournament itself, although it's a draw, you're not going to break attendance figures records with it because it's just another stop on the tour. The Champions Tour doesn't have anything like that I'm aware of. The PGA stop has the Waste Management. I have buddies that fly to Phoenix every year for that event.
Just for that.
Because it is an event. It's the golf is the backdrop. But if you look at what's happening in professional sports, not so much football, because in the NFL, football is still the game. But the NBA wisely started this about 15 or 20 years ago where they made a game feel like you were at a club.
Oh, yeah.
You've got a DJ, you've got pounding music.
Oh, yeah.
all of that. Baseball, when you talk about the Guardians renovations, most of what they're doing is adding more places to drink beer.
Yes, it's entertaining.
It's almost like the baseball's become the backdrop, and at the Waste Management Open in Phoenix, the golf is sort of the backdrop, and the party is the atmosphere.
And that's what you do. That's what we're doing over at the Guardians Stadium. If you go to a Guardians game, do you guys go to the Guardians game?
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, I'm going tonight. It's actually my nephew's 21st birthday.
Wow.
So
boy,
we're gonna have so him and his friends.
That's gonna be a party.
It'll
Yes,
be
sir.
fun. But if you
I mean, I
He'll
took
have
my
his
son.
first beer, right?
yeah, I'm sure.
I took my son to Vegas for his 21st. But if you wanna
we're
do
going to the
Guardians.
Guardians game. We're going to Cleveland, baby. But anyway, what we're talking about is like the fact that that there's a game going on, but it's like half of the
social
fans. If you look at the stand, half the fans are in line getting beers and pizza and everything else, and it's a social event.
Yeah,
And
it
with
is.
the pitch clock, there's less time.
But that's what we're doing with the Kaulig Companies Championship at Firestone, is that we're creating an event. I mean, we've got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is way involved.
Good.
I mean, we're trying to get Northeast Ohio. I mean, think about all we have to offer here in Northeast Ohio. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We've got the NFL. The
What are
Pro
the dates
Football Hall
for
of
it?
Fame. It's July 12th through the 16th.
Okay, so it will be
mid-July.
the induction ceremony.
Yeah.
Joe
Exciting
Thomas
time.
is going to be. Joe Thomas was on the show right before you came.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was kind of your warm-up act, right, guys?
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah. But maybe you get a Hall of Famer, or some football guys out, or some Hall of Famers, maybe Joe even. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jay, we got a big announcement to make.
We
right?
do.
I was told you and Matt have a big announcement. Or
No, you.
Yeah.
He didn't
What-
want to come
what I
without
brought you?
gifts.
So I think last time I was on the show, I brought donuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we love.
I missed that.
And
Damn it.
but I heard it's your 1-year anniversary, and I wanted to bring something cool. So we brought a couple of, in the spirit of NASCAR, brought a couple of Goodyear tires, and
come.
we made them into
Nice.
end tables.
Oh, that is awesome.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dude,
These
look
are
at that.
absolute
Brought a couple
That
of
is awesome.
That is
Kaulig Racing. Dude, how cool is that?
That is crazy.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Those
yo,
are cool.
Brought 2 of these for you guys.
That is awesome.
Super
Thank you
proud
so
of what
much.
you guys are doing. Love the show.
I'll be
Those are
happy.
great.
I'll
Look
be
at that.
honored to pour coffee all over that.
Those are awesome.
First one to pour coffee on him owes Matt $1,000. Hey,
And
Can
you
we
know how
throw
much,
them on our car if our tires go
I
flat?
probably shouldn't say how much racing tires are,
Yeah.
but like
No.
they're about $700 a piece.
And
So-
Kimmy told me yesterday that like to get permission to do this was not easy.
Yeah,
you
you
got
have
to
to-
go through Goodyear, and you got to make sure that they don't want their product just promoting any schlep show.
That's right.
So I'm sure they watched every episode of the
Yes.
Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and about halfway through it, they said, "We've seen enough. This show is worthy of the
Give 'em
Goodyear
the
logo."
tires.
I love
Give
it.
them
This
the
is
tires.
Thank God they didn't see Bull Puke.
Thank you,
If
man.
they saw Bull Puke, we never would have
Yeah,
got the
we didn't
tires.
show them bull puking show.
Hey, don't show them the tape.
Hey, Matt.
Coming up later.
So congrats, you guys.
Thank you
On
very much.
behalf of all of us and
Yes.
and the behind the scenes staff,
Yeah.
we couldn't be more appreciative of what you do and how you've made this show go. And we're thrilled that we'll have a couple of pieces of Kaulig Racing memorabilia on the set every day. Thank you for
Thank you, man.
supporting us
Awesome.
Thank
and
you.
believing
Thank
in
you.
us.
Thank you.
And all you do for Northeast Ohio, not just the sports ties,
Yeah.
but the stuff that most people don't even know about and hear about. You're all about helping people and helping others, and we thank you for that. We're lucky to have you. Our
Thank
community's
you
better.
so much, man.
Good.
We
Yeah,
really
right.
appreciate it.
The great Matt Kaulig.
Yep.
And we love these
These are awesome. This is the best thing we have.
They really are.